Okay, welcome to my video, and this one is going to be about making coucou. So these are the main ingredients: cornmeal. These are about 7 chopped okras, a little salt and pepper for seasoning, and I'll show you the rest of the stuff as we go along. Okay, so we have our pot with boiling water. It's about 2 cups of boiling water, and we're going to throw our okra into the water. But first we're going to season it. A little salt, a little black pepper, and the magic ingredients, the okra. Okay, when you put okra in water and it comes to a boil, it gets to be a runny, greeny, slimy color, and hopefully we can see that in the video. And so we just let it boil. Don't totally cover the pot because the okra will bubble up totally, but at least that will keep it nice and warm. Okay, so most of you will know that coucou has like about 3 colors: yellow, red, and green. The red comes from the okra, and the yellow from the cornmeal. And some people put shredded carrot in it. My mother used to put shredded pumpkin, but today I'm going to put some squash. Squash is my new best vegetable. It's nice and hearty, and it doesn't disintegrate as much, but it should give us some nice deep orange yellowy streaks in the coucou. And so we continue to leave the okra and water, seasoned water, and all the vegetables to boil, and we let it boil until the okras are totally cooked and until they look almost translucent, and I will get to that again in a little bit. Okay, I'm going to show you the sliminess. Yep, it's getting slimy. And what I like about squash is that it still retains its shape. It has not yet dissolved into nothingness. And so we keep it boiling a little bit. Okra is still a little firm, and we like it to get a little bit more tender. Okay, we're back now. The okra has been bubbling for a while, and I've changed my spoon to a wooden spoon. My mother seemed to think a wooden spoon was great for coucou. I cannot tell you why. And my dog is barking, so please excuse me. Yes, you can see it's really slimy. Okra is the original slime, and it's bubbly. It actually bubbled over off camera, and that's why I tell you, be careful how you cover the pot, but sometimes we still make mistakes. And now we're going to get ready to pour the cornmeal in bit by bit. Here we go. Just a little bit at a time, and then you stir it in so that it can cook. And because I'm filming this, it's a little bit more difficult for me to do it, but we're going to try and pour the cornmeal in as quickly as possible. I see it bubbling up. That's when you know it really was ready for the cornmeal and the water was hot enough. And I just keep pouring this until it gets thick enough. And I'll come back and show you what to do next. Okay, so the cornmeal is cooking. I've put quite a lot in, and as you can see, the Coucou is taking on a life of its own. I actually need 2 hands to hold the pot, but I don't have 2 hands. So it's really thick, and what you have to do is just stir it around and don't let it stick. And one of the things that my mother used to like to do was to add coconut milk. But then as her cholesterol got higher, she found alternatives to coconut milk, simple water, or in this case, I actually put a little bit of almond milk along the sides, and that helps to continue to get the cornmeal cooking. Okay, now I'm no professional cook, but you just keep moving the cornmeal. Don't let it stick because it's actually it's starting to come apart. The sides are separating from the pot. And the wonderful thing about this Coucou recipe is that it doesn't have to form in the same pot. Now, if you like, you can add in red butter or flavored margarines, but I will show you when I add the flavored margarine. So I'll just continue to do this. As you can see, it's getting thicker and thicker. There's a little bit of lumps in it, but everything will come together, and I'll show you in a little bit. Okay, as you can see, it's starting to come apart from the side of the pot. It's much thicker than before. And it's really difficult to do this with one hand. So I'll be back. And now we have to prepare the container that will hold the Coucou and mold it into shape. So I'm using a little bit of Kerrygold garlic and herb butter to coat the bottom of the container so that when I put the Coucou in, it will not stick to the bottom of the container. And this is the alternative way I was telling you about, that I apply some flavor to the Coucou. So all at the bottom of the Coucou will have this flavor, and I'll put a little bit on the top. So the pan is all nicely greased out, and we're going to get ready to pour the Coucou straight off the fire where it's been hissing and popping. Yep, it's ready to come out. I don't want it to burn at the bottom. It's doing really well, and I've kept the fire low. And so I'm going to set it up and see if I can film the transfer from one pot to another. Okay, so now I'm moving the Coucou off the fire, and I'm going to pour it in to my small square corning dish. And as you can see, it practically jumps out of the pot, and that's when you know your Coucou is ready for setting into the shape that you wish. And there's a little crust at the bottom that someone can enjoy eating later. And so we have our hot, semi-solid, still jiggly like a glob of jello Coucou, and you sort of just spread it out over your container into the shape that you would like. And as we coated the bottom with the garlic and herb butter, we're going to coat the top as well. Okay, so we're back with our garlic and herb butter, and this time I've changed to a metal spoon, and I just like to spread it all over and the butter melts into nothing. And as you can see, it's still kind of soft and malleable. And the beautiful thing about Coucou is that yes, it takes a while to get it to that nice soft malleable texture, but once it cools, it's going to be a nice solid soft texture that you can cut into small squares and serve. And if you want, you can actually put it into other shapes if you want, but this is how I make it in a simple corningware dish. Keep it covered, and I enjoy some of this part. And I just leave it to set until it's ready. And it's still not totally set yet, but I just wanted you to see the colors. So we see the yellow from the cornmeal, the green from the okra, and the orange from the squash. I prefer squash over pumpkin because it doesn't totally disappear, it still retains its shape. And some of that black stuff is the herb from the garlic and herb butter. Okay, this will probably take about an hour to set, so I'll leave you now. Thank you for watching this video on making Coucou. There are many other ways to do it, but I hope you enjoyed watching this with me. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so this is the completed product. It's actually been chilled in the fridge, and we're going to cut it to see how firm it is. It's like the texture of a very hard cake, still very pliable, but as you can see, it has a lovely ability to retain its shape. And you see the squares, and because I'm holding the phone, it's terrible shape, but let's take it out. There you go. And you see the okra and the squash. And it's quite solid, but yet it is relatively soft and easy to chew. So that's our Coucou. Bye.